Hey everyone, welcome back to the Love Inspire channel. Today we're tackling a question that so many of us grapple with: why healing your trauma isn't enough to find the love you deserve. If you've been on a journey of self-discovery, therapy or inner work, and yet still feel like love remains just out of reach, then this video is for you. We're going to explore the nuances, the pitfalls, and the real keys to creating meaningful, lasting relationships. Let's start with a story, one that might sound familiar. Meet Lisa. Lisa was strong, resilient, and courageous. She faced her past head-on, went through countless therapy sessions, journaled her feelings, practiced forgiveness, and celebrated her progress. Her friends admired her strength, and she felt proud of her healing journey. But despite her efforts, she found herself repeatedly drawn into relationships that didn't serve her, partners who were emotionally unavailable, controlling, or simply not aligned with her values. She wondered, why does healing my trauma still leave me feeling lonely and unfulfilled? The truth is, healing from trauma is a vital step. But it's not the entire journey toward love. In fact, focusing solely on trauma can sometimes even set us up for new challenges. That's what I want to unpack today: why healing alone isn't enough, and what else we need to do to truly open our hearts to love. Part 1. What does healing your trauma really mean? Let's begin with what trauma healing actually is. When we talk about healing, we're referring to processing past pain, acknowledging what happened, understanding how it affected us, and working to release emotional baggage. This might involve therapy, meditation, self-reflection, or forgiveness exercises. The goal is to reclaim our power from past wounds and develop healthier responses. But here's the thing: healing is often viewed as an endpoint, like crossing a finish line. We believe that once we've processed our trauma, we'll automatically attract the love we desire. That's a misconception. Healing is more like laying down a foundation. It's necessary, but it's just the beginning. Think of it this way: healing removes the bricks of pain and fear that block us from love. But building a beautiful, stable house, meaning a healthy relationship, requires more than just clearing out old debris. It requires planning, effort, and new skills. Part 2. The illusion of once I'm healed, I'll find love. Many people fall into the trap of believing that healing will automatically attract love, that once they're done healing, the universe will send a perfect partner their way. But this is a false assumption. Healing helps us become more aware of our patterns, our needs, and our worth. It's empowering, yes, but it doesn't automatically change the subconscious beliefs we carry about ourselves and love. Let me share another story, this time about Mark. Mark did intense trauma work after a painful breakup. He was proud of his progress and thought he was ready for love. But despite feeling more peaceful, he kept attracting partners who mirrored his old fears, people who were emotionally distant or unavailable. It wasn't because he hadn't healed, it was because he hadn't yet understood how his subconscious beliefs about love and worth influenced his choices. This highlights a key point. Healing from trauma is vital, but unless we actively work on shifting our core beliefs, old patterns will persist. The subconscious mind is powerful. It's like an autopilot that guides our choices, often unconsciously. To truly change our love lives, we need to go beyond healing and reprogram those limiting beliefs. Part 3. The missing piece: self-discovery and self-development. Healing can be introspective, helping us understand our past and our pain. But self-discovery and self-development are about consciously shaping the person we want to be. It's about asking, who am I at my core? What kind of love do I want to experience? What qualities do I want to embody? Let's be honest, many of us grow up with conflicting messages about love. Some of us learned that love was about sacrifice, others about control or dependency. These messages shape our unconscious expectations. Healing helps us see these patterns, but actively developing new beliefs and behaviors is what creates change. Imagine you're planting a garden. Healing is like removing the weeds necessary to give your flowers space to grow. But nurturing the garden, watering, fertilizing, pruning, is what makes it flourish. The same goes for love. To attract healthy relationships, we need to cultivate qualities like self-respect, patience, vulnerability, and emotional resilience. Part 4. The role of attachment styles and emotional regulation. One of the most profound insights I've learned is about attachment styles, how we connect with others based on early childhood experiences. If you grew up feeling neglected, abandoned, or overly controlled, you might develop an anxious, avoidant, or disorganized attachment style. Healing helps us recognize these tendencies, but transforming them requires ongoing effort. For example, someone with anxious attachment might heal from fears of abandonment, but still cling to relationships out of fear of being alone. Conversely, someone with avoidant tendencies might heal their fear of intimacy, but struggle to open up emotionally when they find a partner worth trusting. This is where emotional regulation comes in. It's about learning to manage your feelings, communicate your needs effectively, and build trust, not just with others, but with yourself. Love isn't just about feelings, it's about skills. Developing these skills takes time, practice, and patience. Part 5. The power of self-growth and becoming the person you desire. Here's the exciting part. Once you recognize that trauma healing is just the beginning, you can shift your focus toward growth. Becoming the person you want to attract is one of the most powerful ways to draw love into your life. Ask yourself, what qualities do I admire in a partner? Am I embodying those qualities myself? Am I living authentically and joyfully? When you focus on self-growth, learning new skills, cultivating confidence, embracing vulnerability, you naturally become more attractive to others. This isn't about perfection or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about authentic self-improvement that aligns with your values and desires. When you do this, you radiate a magnetic energy that draws people who resonate with your true self. Part 6. Building healthy relationships beyond personal growth. Now, let's talk about what it really takes to nurture lasting love. Building healthy relationships requires ongoing effort, effective communication, setting boundaries, practicing empathy, and embracing vulnerability. These aren't skills that magically appear after healing or growth. They're cultivated through consistent practice. It's also essential to recognize red flags early and honor your boundaries. Love isn't about sacrificing your well-being for someone else's needs. It's about mutual respect, trust, and shared growth. Love is a dance, a continuous process of giving and receiving. Patience is key. Love isn't a destination, it's a journey. It involves ups and downs, learning from mistakes, and growing together. When you focus only on healing your wounds, you might overlook these vital aspects of relationship building. Part 7. Why the journey is never over. Here's a truth many of us forget. Love is a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. Even the happiest couples are constantly learning and evolving. The goal isn't to reach perfection, but to keep improving and nurturing your connection. Healing from trauma sets the foundation, but love demands ongoing effort. Learning how to communicate better, how to forgive, how to stay vulnerable, and how to grow together through life's inevitable challenges. So, what's the big takeaway? Healing your trauma is an essential part of the process, but it's not the whole story. To attract and sustain true love, you must also focus on self-discovery, growth, emotional mastery, and relationship skills. Remember, you're not just fixing broken parts, you're becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts love. You're building a life that's full of confidence, authenticity, and openness. And that's what makes love not just possible, but inevitable. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends who might need this reminder, and subscribe for more deep dives into self-growth and relationships. Drop your thoughts below. What's one thing you're committed to working on today to become a better partner or attract better love? Thanks for watching. Remember, your journey towards love begins with you. Keep growing, keep shining, and I'll see you in the next video.